Hello. I know it's been a little while since my last video. It's been quite hectic and busy over here, but we just keep on going. So we're in the University of Success, and we are now on to our next chapter where we are looking at count your blessings. So previously we looked at dealing with the past, and then we looked at user defined success. So you looking at success from your own metrics and from how you view it. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at counting your blessings, because ultimately you have to be able to be objective of how you look at life and how you evaluate everything that goes on around you. So it is of absolute utmost importance to be able to count your blessings, to be able to see what's going good and what you can be grateful for. So essentially what I want to be speaking about today is having an attitude of gratitude. So one thing I want to talk about is the RAS. So the RAS is your reticular activatory system, and the way that works is that it essentially works on the function of selective focus. So I'm sure you've noticed where sometimes maybe you want a particular bag or a particular car or shoe or whatever it is, and you seem to keep on seeing this thing every single time, again and again and again. It just keeps on appearing, and it's not by luck. It's actually because your brain is more tuned in and more focused to it. So the reticular activatory system essentially just works in that process where you focus on something, it has a selective focus, and you can't stop seeing that thing. So the reason why I bring this up is that when it now comes to counting your blessings and how you live life, if you're feeling down, just think of the fact that you're alive. You have all your four limbs. How many limbs have we got? I think, I think, I think it's four limbs anyway. But you've got all your limbs. You're literally alive. Everyone's in a good state. We all have something to be grateful for. I know I have so many things to be grateful for. I know I'm even lucky to be alive right now. I'm lucky to get to do what I get to do, and that's why I take great joy in how I live my life day by day, and it's how I want you to feel as well. Because unless you're able to count your blessings and constantly have an attitude of gratitude and think of, okay, you know what, as I'm going through life, what can I be grateful for? What has happened to me in the last week, month, year that I can actually be grateful for? And if you focus on these things, then your disposition and how you feel on a day-to-day basis will gradually and continually start to improve, because when you're grateful for all the things that you're given and all the things that you have, then you have no reason to feel downcast, because the good things always outweigh the bad. But sometimes with how we are innately and how we are by nature and how we are by default is that we tend to overemphasize on the bad. Oh my goodness, I didn't get that job, or I failed that exam, or this person dumped me, or I could go on and on and on. So that's just the kind of things that we are by nature. So it's easy to reflect on the bad things. It's easy to reflect on the things that we may not feel is ideal. But if you want to get to a success, if you want to have any level of joy in the life that you live in, you have to focus on the good. You have to be able to count your blessings at every given time, because that is what will give you the push, the motivation to be able to move forward. And also, when you count your blessings, you take things into perspective, in the sense that when you're constantly focused on what you don't have and what things that are going wrong, then you will naturally will feel depressed, because your perspective, your RAS, is essentially just focused on what is going wrong. But if you start thinking of what is going well, because every single one of you, even if you're in prison for Christ's sake, like I'm sure there's something that is going well in your life, and you have to be able to focus on that, because life will throw so much nonsense in us, from when we're, adults to the day we die. And if we don't learn how to deal with these things, and if we don't learn how to circumvent these problems and challenges, and if we don't learn how to be objective in every single thing that you're going through in life, then you're going to struggle essentially. So the main message here is, look, just count your blessings, man. Whenever you feel down, whenever you feel downcast, just think of what you could be grateful for. If you're a Christian like myself, think of the fact that Christ died for your sins. Literally, someone came who doesn't know you, has never met you physically, and he literally took the burden of all the wrongs that you've done, past, present, and future. That's enough to be grateful. That's enough to be joyous. The hope of eternal life is enough to be joyous about, because we know we're going to a better place when we leave this earth. So we should all aim to have that attitude of gratitude, and also know that you're not alone. Get over yourself. No one's alone. We all have problems. Don't think that your problems or your challenges are unique. Trust me, like, we all have problems and difficulties that we're all going through. So don't ever let yourself start to think that, okay, you know what, this is me, my own little pity party. Like, get out of the pity party. Like, stop getting into funks where you're just sitting there, thinking, woe is me, and my life is rubbish and all that kind of stuff. Because trust me, no matter how crap you feel, no matter how rubbish you think your life is, there is something to be grateful about. Look at the words of Logan Pearsall Smith. He was a motivational speaker back in the day, and he said that there are two things to aim at in life. First is to get what you want, and after, to enjoy it. And only the wisest of mankind achieve the second. Because without being able to count your blessings, then you will just spend your life accumulating, getting this, getting that. You keep on getting and achieving and accumulating. But until you're able to count your blessings and reflect on what you have, you won't be able to enjoy it. You buy a Benz and you're thinking, oh, but I'd love a Lamborghini or whatever. You buy the Lamborghini and maybe now you want the Ferrari or some crazy nonsense like that. You get a job that's maybe paying you 40,000 a year, whatever currency, and then all of a sudden you think, bro, I want 60, you get 60, you want 80, you get 80, you want 100. At no point have you been able to sit down and reflect and be grateful for the fact that you're making any money whatsoever, because there are people who can't even find jobs. Or you finish a degree and you're like, oh, well, I want a master's, or I want a PhD, or I want to be a professor. Like, trust me, our want is one thing that is never going to be satisfied. No matter how much we get, no matter what levels we get to, we're always going to have wants in life. And the best way to counteract it, the best way to live a successful life, the best way to live a happy life is to be able to understand that at some point I just have to count my blessings and forget about the wants, because the wants will never be satisfied. But your needs, the fact that your needs are being met, is enough for you to be satisfied, is enough for you to be happy. And it's just something to reflect on in terms of also our current society. We're so focused on take. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? We don't even think of giving. But one thing to understand is that the highest level of purpose, the highest level of consciousness, the highest level of life, and even if you think of it, like I mentioned, Jesus Christ, that he was at the highest level, his greatest act was to give. So when your focus is on take, when you can't even reflect on what you have and what you've been given and the blessings that you have, then you're always focused on what's in it for me, what am I going to get, what can I get, what can I achieve. And if you have that mental time frame or that mental paradigm through which you're living life, then you're never going to be happy. Like, what's the point of living this life if we're never happy, if we're never satisfied? It's a wasted existence. So in summary, whoever this is, boy, girl, man, woman, whoever you are that's watching this video, just count your blessings. Think of the things that are going well. Think of the things that you can be happy about. Think of the things that you're grateful. One thing I would advise is something I used to do initially. I would just, when I wake up in the morning, I would write 3 things I'm grateful for. It's a very simple process, very simple exercise. And as you keep on doing that, because one thing about our brain is that we're not given a manual for our brain, but our brain is very simplistic. So if you keep on wake up every morning and you think of 3 things that you're happy about, and you constantly just do it, just 3 things, and you constantly keep on doing that, eventually your brain automatically focuses on the good, it focuses on the positives. And when you have challenges, when you have things that are not going well, your brain will automatically say, but that is going well, but this is going well. And that's just the call to happiness, because in this life we're living, we're going to be constantly challenged. We're going to fail so many times. We're going to struggle so many times. But if you count your blessings, you make it through. If you count your blessings, you keep on struggling. If you count your blessings, you keep on striving till you get to the end of the tunnel. But without the ability to count your blessings, then you don't stand a chance, because you get despondent, you get discouraged, and you ultimately give up. So, boy, girl, man, woman, whoever it is that's watching this video, count your blessings. Count your blessings. You have a lot to be grateful for. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, I'm definitely going to be more consistent as time goes on. Subscribe, like, share the video, do something with it. But count your blessings first. After you count your blessings, then share my video. Have a good day. Take care.